गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, वेलकम यू ऑल ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म दैट इज़ वन मार्क सोल्यूशन। और जैसा कि आपको पता है कि लगातार इस प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से हम इस प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से वन मार्क के क्वेश्चंस को डिस्कस करते चले आ रहे हैं। और आज ये स्पेशल वेबिनार कंडक्ट किया जा रहा है। और ये स्पेशल वेबिनार जो है ये रखा गया है क्लास 10th के लिए, मैथमेटिक्स के लिए। एज यू ऑल नो दैट फ्रॉम दिस ईयर CBSE हैज़ इंट्रोड्यूस केस स्टडी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस इन मैथमेटिक्स फॉर क्लास 10th ऑल्सो। सो कैसे उन क्वेश्चंस को, केस स्टडी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन जो आते हैं उनको कैसे सॉल्व किया जाए, विच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल बी आस्क्ड इन द CBSE बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन, कैसे कैसे क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा सकते हैं, उन क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व कैसे किया जाए, उसके लिए ये एक स्पेशल वेबिनार आज का हमारा रखा गया है, जो कि हमारे टीचर्स के लिए भी है, जो कि हमारे बच्चों के लिए भी है। एंड निश्चित रूप से आज का जो वेबिनार होगा हमारा, इस वेबिनार से जो लोग भी जुड़ेंगे डेफिनेटली दे विल बी बेनिफिटेड। एंड दोज हु हैव ज्वाइंड अस, स्टे ट्यून्ड विद अस। और लास्ट में वेबिनार के हम लोग आपको एक फीडबैक फॉर्म शेयर करेंगे, जिसको फिल करके आप अपना वेबिनार का अटेंडेंस सर्टिफिकेट भी प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। सो हमारा आज का जो वेबिनार है, इस वेबिनार में हम बेसिकली 3 चैप्टर्स डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। चैप्टर 1 रियल नंबर्स, चैप्टर 2 पॉलिनोमियल्स और चैप्टर 3 लीनियर इक्वेशंस। इन 3 चैप्टर्स से किस तरह के केस स्टडी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस पूछे जा सकते हैं उनके बारे में हम आज बात करेंगे। और आज हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट के रूप में हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में जुड़ी है मैडम मिसेस सावित्री दयाल मैम। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सावित्री मैम हमारे इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर। और सावित्री मैम इज वर्किंग एज अ TGT मैथमेटिक्स एज वेल एज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एकेडमिक कोऑर्डिनेटर ऑफ द सेकेंडरी सेक्शन ऑफ बिरला बालिका विद्यापीठ। मैडम को 31 ईयर का एक्सपीरियंस है टीचिंग का, तो निश्चित रूप से कि बहुत लंबा एक्सपीरियंस मैथमेटिक्स टीचिंग का है, ना केवल हायर क्लासेस का बल्कि साथ में डिफरेंट टाइप के जो मैथमेटिक्स के जो कंसेप्ट्स हैं उनको निश्चित रूप से इतने साल पढ़ाने के बाद नए नए आइडियाज़, नए नए जो है मेथड्स फॉर्मुलेट कर लिए जाते हैं कि किस तरह से बच्चों को उन चीज़ों को समझाया जाए। तो निश्चित रूप से आज हम मैडम के एक्सपीरियंस का, एक्सपर्टाइज का हम यहाँ पर लाभ उठाएंगे। मैम को CBSE कोऑर्डिनेटर भी मैम रही हैं। एंड शी हैज़ बीन अवार्डेड विद द बेस्ट टीचर अवार्ड and commendation for 25 years of distinct services by Birla Education Trust Pilani. She also awarded by Teacher Excellence Award 2018 at Principal Summit Jaipur, Best Teacher Award by Rachna Sagar Publications, Best Collaborative Coordinator 2020 by Global School Award in collaboration with EduNation TV, and awarded with the Real Superwoman 2020 Academic Skill by फॉरएवर स्टार इंडिया अवार्ड्स। सो डेफिनेटली सम्मान उन्हीं को मिलता है जिन्होंने कुछ किया होता है। तो डेफिनेटली अगर इतने सारे रिकॉग्निशन, इतने सारे अवार्ड, इतने सारे सम्मान मैम को मिले हैं, निश्चित रूप से इन्होंने शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में, एजुकेशन फील्ड में बहुत सारा काम किया हुआ है। और आज हम मैडम के साथ जुड़ेंगे। शी इज़ सर्टिफाइड स्कूल एक्रेडिशन एक्सेसर बाय NABET, क्वालिटी काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया, दिल्ली। She is also SEAT member, trainer, Intel Master Trainer and Certified Microsoft Innovative Educator। बहुत सारी और भी चीज़ें हैं। मुझे लग रहा है कि इतनी सारी चीज़ें बताने का हमारे पास समय नहीं है। बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है मैडम के अचीवमेंट्स की, सम्मानों की, जो रिकॉग्निशन की, जो डिफरेंट इंस्टीट्यूट्स ने मैडम को दिया है। निश्चित रूप से हम लकी हैं कि मैम ने अपने बहुत बिजी शेड्यूल से हमारे लिए टाइम निकाला है कि आज हमारे साथ जुड़ सकें और हमारे साथ जो बच्चे यहाँ पर जुड़ते हैं, जो बच्चे हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे उनको मैम के एक्सपर्टाइज से, एक्सपीरियंस से बेनिफिट ले सकें। मैं फाइनली हमारे सभी व्यूवर्स को जो आज हमारे साथ पहली बार जुड़े हैं, आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू काइंडली सब्सक्राइब द चैनल एंड प्रेस द बेल आइकन। सो अपकमिंग, क्योंकि इसके बाद हम आगे आने वाले जो चैप्टर्स हैं उनके भी वेबिनार्स कंडक्ट करेंगे। दिस वेबिनार इज़ नॉट ओनली इन हिंदी, इट विल बी बाइलिंगुअल, मोस्टली इन इंग्लिश। कुछ हमारे व्यूवर्स हैं दोज हु आर आस्किंग अबाउट द लैंग्वेज, इट इज़ नॉट प्योरली इन हिंदी, इट विल बी बाइलिंगुअल एज वेल एज मोस्टली इट विल बी इन इंग्लिश, बिकॉज मैथमेटिक्स में ज़्यादातर जो टर्म्स होते हैं वो इंग्लिश के होते हैं। सो थैंक यू सो मच वन एंड ऑल, एंड नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू हैंड ओवर मैडम सावित्री दयाल फॉर फर्दर प्रोसीडिंग्स। मैम प्लीज़।
Thank you, sir, and a very good evening to each one of you who are listening to me. I'm really grateful to Dr. Asad Ahmed for giving me this opportunity and present myself and share the new patterns, new changes in board exams. And I'm also very thankful to my principal, Dr. M. Kasturi, National Awardee principal, who is always behind us for doing something new and different for the students. And I'm really, uh, uh, I don't know what to say. He has told so many good things about me, but I take myself basically as a teacher and educator, or as a felicitator for the students. So that is what I am, and I'm in front of you for the first time. So bear with me. Yes, I can be bilingual, and which will make you easy to understand. That's what. So now I hope the board students have joined in. So this is basically for class 10 board students, though ninth class also will be benefited by it because they are going to face the board next year, and internal schools have also would introduce the same things what is expected in class 10 board. So, and first I would like to thank our uh, Sir Neeraj Saxena, sir, a CBSE resource person who kindly shared the case study questions with us. And so I'm thankful to him because CBSE, through CBSE, if we get some things, so that will be more beneficial. And I'm going to take up some of those case study questions only. Uh, so before starting on with the case study questions, let me just brief you with the new changes in CBSE class 10 maths paper pattern. It has changed from last year. So maybe many of you may be knowing about it. Your teachers might have shared it with you, but still let me also share it with everyone so that you are updated with what is expected in board exam this year. Now, in previous pattern, we had four sections, section A, B, C, and D, and they carried 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark, and 4 mark respectively. But now the whole pattern has changed and number of questions have also reduced, we can say, and the whole paper is divided into two parts basically. That is part A and part B. Part A carries 1 mark question, 16 1 mark question 1 to 16, and then 17 to 24 marks questions. And these questions are based on case study, which has come up a new edition this year by board exams board, CBSE board. Now, and part B, question number 21 to 26 carry 2 marks each, 27 to 33 carry 3 marks, and 34 to 36 carry 5 marks. The total paper would be of 80 marks. So the pattern has changed a bit, and CBSE also has issued the sample papers based on this pattern. So children can log into CBSE site and get access to those sample papers. Now, first, if we start on with what case study is, I would just brief you out with the learning objectives of today's seminar, if you can. Uh, so, and at the end, you would know what you have learned. Was it fruitful? So, now my learning objectives is to make clear the concepts of case study questions, to make the students understand the approach to attempt the question as per allotted marks, to motivate the students to relate the life situations with maths and understand that maths is all around us, to motivate the students to brainstorm and form as many questions as possible from a given situation, and to inculcate creativity, analytical, and problem solving skills in the students. So, these are the learning objectives I have kept in mind while going to it. Now, let me just brief you out with what is expected and how you have to think about it. See, we should know when we are going for board exams, we should know how many marks are allotted for a question and what solution or what steps are included in that. And then case study questions are basically based on the situations which is around us. We have been doing all those things, but never thought that this can be related to the concept of maths. So situations will be taken, and there would be many questions which can be formed from a given situation. So today I'll be discussing mainly, I'll take one situation and would take on 4 to 5 questions on that, and even still many more questions can be formed. So that you, if you get into a practice of that, you would know how to make the question. So you have to think about the situations and make the questions, because there are unlimited situations which are around you, and that can be taken as uh, a case for the questions which are going to come. So case study questions are taken basically 1 marker question, but they can be transformed into the 4 mark solution as well, if the solution, the question is based on a big solution. Now, see the situations where I'm going to take. I would request the students, if you are with me, please keep on noting down and keep on thinking on the pattern or on different situations which you get around. So let's move on to the first situation which we are taking. And that situation is a very famous Amar Akbar Anthony. I hope everybody has gone back to the film in which all these big shots were there and the word very famous names were used. So the very first situation to attract you is based on that. So as I read the sentence, please try and get the answers from each sentence, even if you get to the end. Before that, every step a solution should come to your mind. So like Amar, Akbar, Anthony are playing a game. The situation is given. Amar climbs 5 stairs and gets down 2 steps in one turn. Now, see, this very second sentence of this thing makes you should make a note. If he's going 5 steps up, getting 2 steps down, 2 stairs down, how many steps has he taken in one go? So like this, the approach has to be there. Question can be asked in any form. So we'll just go through that, but you should keep a note of that and keep writing. Then Akbar goes up 7 stairs and come back 2 stairs every time. So the situation, you are going to get the things. Then Anthony goes 10 stairs up and 3 stairs down each time. Noted. Note them, point them out, keep it in mind, and then we'll proceed. Now, doing this, they have to reach to the nearest point of 100 stairs, and they will stop once they find it impossible to go forward. So this, again, keep it in mind. There are 100 stairs, the maximum number of stairs, and then now we have to proceed. And they have less number of stairs than required steps to forward. So that thing, if you, this is how, first thing what you have to do is to understand or to imbibe in you what the question is. If you just understand the lines, then you can form many questions. But here are few of them. The very first is in front of you. Who reaches the nearest point? Nearest point means who reaches the nearest point to 100 stair. So how to find it? Amar, Akbar, Anthony, or all together reach to the nearest point. So which concept? Now you have to start thinking in that way. Which concept is going to be there? So now, let me take the first case. Amar climbs 5 stairs and gets 2 stairs in one return. So that means how many stairs he goes is 3 stairs. 3 steps is taken together. So 3 stairs, if moving, then what? Which is the multiple of 3, which is near 100? Get that. Okay, and then see, can you go a step ahead, then 5, then coming back? So there should be at least minimum 5 steps to go up, and then you are coming back down. That full part has to be done. So like this you have to think. Get a multiple of 3. But what is the multiple of 3 which you get? Okay, that is 96. Now if we get 96, suppose 96 means you are going 5 steps ahead. Do we have 5 steps? No, we don't have 5 steps. So that means that is not the answer. So like this, we have to find out. And what we find out on calculation, I hope by now you might have calculated. So here the answer is Amar will reach up to 93 steps because 96 is the highest step, but he can't go up. Then 93 steps, then he will go 5 step up and 2 step down and then come to 96. Not on 96 and going up. He will reach 93 and then go up and come down. So like this, we will be finding for Akbar and Anthony. And then we will see who has reached nearest to 100. And that is the answer is in front of you now, and you can also calculate it. That is 96 steps, and it is the Akbar 96, 95, and 91 steps are there. So you have to 93 steps for Amar, 95 for Akbar, and 91 for Anthony. So your answer is there. So how to just get into the answer also you have to think about. Uh, Situation is in front of you. Now MCQs, there are many ways of attempting that question. First, you can take all the odds out. No, this can't be the answer, this can't be the answer, but that has a logic behind it. So you need to know the logic of all these things. So this is one of the questions which can be found from this. Now let's go on to the second question, which can be in the same situation. How many times can they meet in between on same step? Yes. Now the question, it is not a direct related to the step. We have to think of a concept which is going to give us the answer. How many times can they meet in between? Means they are proceeding further and further. At some point they have to meet, and they will meet sometime. But what is that concept? Means when they are moving forward and forward, one taking a step, then the other one, three step, then 3 step is 6, then plus 3. That means multiple of 3, and then multiple of 5, because Akbar takes 5 stairs in one step, in one go, we would say. Then Anthony. So when are they going to meet? And how many times can they meet in between? So that is what you have to think. So that means which concept? LCM, lowest common multiple concept comes here. So approach has to be like that. So you have to just give a second thought and go ahead with it. That means you are going to find the LCM of 3, 5, and 7, because these are the steps taken or the stairs which are for each individual in one go. So then the LCM which comes out to be 105. And 105 means option is not there. And but total steps are what? 100 steps are total. There are no more steps there. So that means the answer which is coming is 105 steps. And there is no answer to it. There are no steps which are above 100. So that means we have fourth option as the answer. So that is now they cannot meet in between on same step. So all are moving separately because the lowest common multiple is more than the total number of steps. So just it is not the case that whatever the number answer is given, that would be the answer. So you have to have a logical answer to it and think and calculate and do it. So our option is D. So that is how you see my main purpose of telling all these things, what kind of questions are there and how to approach for the solution. So situations would vary, but if your approach is correct, you would be able to get to the final answer. Now the same situation, who takes least number of steps to reach near 100? Then again, the least number of steps now. It is not the total steps. So understanding of the question. This is very, very important. So again, who takes? How would we find? We'll find the number of steps Amar is taking, number of steps Akbar is taking, number of steps Anthony is taking. first we have to find that. And how are we going to find? We are going to divide the total steps by the step taken in one go. That means 3 stairs, total number of stairs 96 they are reaching, and in one go they are moving to 3 steps. So divide the total number by one step which has been taken, that is 3 stairs in a step we count it. So 32 steps. And similarly we are going to find for Akbar and Anthony. And when we get all these 3 steps, because so we can answer many questions. It's not only this question, there can be many other question formed. And this is what you people have to do. All the students, you need to brainstorm what other question can be formed from this. And so who takes least number of steps to reach near 100 now? Is 32. Amar is taking 19. Akbar is taking, and Anthony is taking 13. And so we have the answer, that is Anthony. So this is what has to be done. Okay, so that is how you need to understand the thing, and that is how you need to approach for a solution. And think about the more questions in that. Now one more coming up in the same case. Now such things also would be there, and then what you have to do is to understand again. The main thing is understand the question, read the question carefully, and know the meaning, and you would be able to answer it. Now what is the first step where any 2 out of 3 will meet together? Again, which concept? LCM, because they are moving forward. The multiples. The first step where any 2 of the 3. So now we are not considering the 3. We are going to take a pair of 2 together. So Amar and Akbar. Akbar, Anthony. Anthony and Amar. And then take their LCM and try and answer what is there next. So find out the LCM. Since the LCM of first, that is Amar and Akbar, is 15, Akbar and Anthony is 35, and Anthony and Amar is 21. So again, when you get this, please keep on reading the question, because that is very, very important. Because finally you have to answer the question. So always go back to the question and see whether you are able to give the correct answer or not. So what is the first stair where any 2 out of 3 will meet together? So that is, the first stair will be 15, because that is the smallest value which we are getting out of these. So Amar and Akbar will meet for the first time after 15 steps. So now here you might have now seen what actually is coming up. So your option A is there. Read the question, understand it, note down every point of the question, then the sub questions which are coming up, understand them, and remember and recall the concepts which you have done, and relate them to the situation, and then get to the solution. And don't worry, all this has not to be done in the board exam time. It is now when you are practicing. Suddenly it will not come. So you have to continuously practice it, so that as soon as you get into the board exam, by the time your board exams comes, you will be fully confident. Let it be any situation, you will know how to approach, because this is what you have to learn, children. Approach has to be learned, not the cramming part, not the formulae. Everything comes automatically if you know how to approach. Your approach should be correct, and it should give a reason to every step what you are doing. So let's see the next question. It is again from the fourth part which is coming up. What is the second stair? Now in the previous question we have asked about the first stair. Now we are asking about the second stair where any 2 out of 3 will meet together. Again, we can take the same solution, what we have done, and see the second number and know the answer. So that's so easy if we have understood the thing. There's so many questions. Even now I'm not taking the third part. I hope everybody has got that question into their mind. Now, third question can be, which is the last step or the third step where the two will meet. The questions come like this. Questions are formed from the questions only, or formed from the solution what you are doing. So they are from nowhere. See, sometimes what happens is we say this is out of syllabus. No, it is in the syllabus, but we have to just analyze and find out. There can be unlimited, infinite questions which can be made out of a situation. So I've just taken one of the situations and I have got 5 questions. And now I know that you would be ready to make many more questions out of the situation and answer them. So that's how you have to approach. So this was the first case study question which was there. Now let's take another one and which will clear the concepts better. So C is the answer to this question. And so let's take another. Now we have taken a film uh, heroes' names, and now we are just going to eatables things because children love eating bread and jam. So the case study question can be made that, and obviously school and hospital concept is also taken. So they, in one question there can be many situations given, and need not be that all situations are like helpful to you in the solution. So solution may involve only one situation, but they can be they will be given for your information. There are some things in the question which are for information, and some questions which are for calculating the answer. So you need to identify that, and that you will be able to do only when you have understood the question well. So let's see what this case study question tells us, or what it has. Ashish supplies bread and jam to a hospital and a school. So bread and jam are supplied in equal number of pieces. Just keep noting down, please, children. You should have pen and paper whenever we are in maths class, and always keep noting down the tidbits of whatever things we are getting, so that it gets the solution gets clearer and clearer. Now, on a particular day, bread comes in bunches of 8 pieces and jam comes in the pack of 6 pieces. Separately write that out. Now, on a particular day, Ashish has supplied X packets of bread and Y packets of jam to school. Keep in mind what the situation is. On the same day, Ashish has supplied 3X packets of bread along with the sufficient packets of jam to the hospital. Now, the packets of jam is hidden. You have to find out. And it is known that the number of students in the school are between 500 and 550. Now see, your answer slab is given. Now this is again a check whether a child is conscious enough. Has the child only crammed the concepts, or has really understood the concepts? This is what CBSE has planned to do. Now they don't want the students who are just without understanding doing the solution. They want the children to understand the concepts and know, and then apply it in their day-to-day life. And that is what the case study questions are included for. Okay. So now see, keep all these things in mind, and let's see what the question can be based on this study. So write down all these points what I've told you. Now the very first question, how many students are there in the school? Now the answer, obviously the last line, it is known that the number of students in the school are between 500 and 550. So how many students are there in the school? That means the number has to be between these two, but how to find out the number? There we go for the bread and jam supplied to the school, 8 pieces of bunches of bread and 6 packets of jam. So that condition is going to help us in getting the things. And on a particular day, Ashish supplied X packets of bread and Y packets of jam. This is going to give us the equation LCM of what we are going to do. How? Because again, 8 pieces of bread bunches of bread and 6 packs of jam. But they are being given to the same number of students. Just have that concept in mind. Though one bread has in one pack 8 number, in one pack jam is there is 6, but it is given to the same number of students. So again, the concept of multiple comes. So we have to find the lowest common multiple, because that is what is going to tell us ki, these number into the total what we are going to get. We will be finding according to that. So first we are going to find the multiples of 8 and 6, and then that 24 is the LCM. Now that 24 multiples will tell us the number of students, because it is going to go to equal number of students, the bread and the jam. So then we are going to multiply and get the multiples of 24 which are more than 500 and less than 550. Now that is the condition given in the question. So it is for you to go back to the question every time. It doesn't take more than half a minute, even less than that. Just go back to the question and refer to it. So we are going to find the multiples of 24 which are more than 500 and less than 550. So, and which gives us two values. See, a trick has been played there. Now again, to check whether a child knows something or not, it is 504 or 528. So how would you know which answer is there? Then again, go back to the question, the sub question, the choices which are given to you. In the choices, you find that you have only 504 as the answer. No 528 is there. So though both are the answers, but as per the choice given to us, we have only 504 as the answer. So that's a smart answer. Go and click on that and you get it. So this is the approach, children. You don't have to worry much. You just have to apply the concept and go ahead with the things. Now, 504 are the number of students in the school we have found. And so let's see what the other question can be there. How many packets of breads are supplied in the school? Now they are talking about the packets. When we know the number of students, we know the packets. So we have to find, because how many packets of bread? One packet of bread has 8 pieces, 8 bread packets. So 504 students, you divided by 8, because that is the total one packet, and we get 63 packets of bread. See, now what you might be observing here is we are talking about the polynomial part or about the algebra, but here the concepts of average, concepts of LCM, all concepts are coming up. So these things are interrelated. When we talk about a particular question, it is not that topic only. The solution, the concepts can be from anywhere, whatever we have studied. And it is also not from the concepts of 10th only. 10th board exam, that is the first board exam which you are giving children. Keep in mind, all what you have studied before 10th would be assessed here. So the concepts which you have been studying in your junior classes, remember them and keep on practicing those concepts and carry forward. So please don't forget that. That is must. And so based on that, you get the answer as A option. Click on that and you get the right answer. So let's see the next question. Again, similar question, because there can be many questions found from it. And this is what you have to learn. Please don't wait for the teachers to give you the solutions, the questions. You try and make as many questions from a situation as you can. Because if your children try and make the questions, you will never forget their solution. You will never forget the answers to it, how you have approached. Because if you are forming a question, you know the solution also, or you will at least try and find out the solution. So next question, because we talked about the bread, now obviously jam. So next question is how many packets of jam are supplied in the school. Again, now I don't think so there is any need for me to give you the answer. You already know it. So check your answer. Again, the number of students, the total number of students divided by 6, because in a bunch of one packet jam, we have 6 packs. So we divide it by 6, and that gives us the total packets of jam. And that is 84, and which gives us the answer. So that is how you are going to proceed with the solutions. Again, one more solution case. How many packets of bread are supplied in the hospital? Now see the question. We are given two conditions. One is school, one is hospital. So we can make some questions on hospital, school. We have made it, we have done it. And so on hospital also. So one case study is giving us so many questions. And that is what gives you a chance to do more brainstorming. And your minds would open. Yes, oh, so many questions can be formed from a situation. And that's what you have to create in that interest in yourself, and that you would start loving maths. Even those students who have been afraid of maths, don't be. Maths is not to be afraid of. It is your life situations which is there, you are doing every day. Okay, so go ahead with it and try out the solution. So how many packets of breads are supplied to the hospital? And the second condition comes up now, that on the same day, Ashish has supplied 3x packets of bread along with sufficient packets of jam to the hospital. So it is 3x. Already the value of x is found, and that is 63. So we multiply the two and we get the answer. So that's how, see, they are interrelated. And on together, if they give you, it becomes 4 marks. So that gives you a solution to it. So one more situation. Obviously, again, I hope you might have expected that, because that was bread in hospital. So we have jam in hospital, the packets of jam. Again, the same way. The questions, actually, my purpose of telling you these so many questions formed, so that it gives you a big, broad spectrum of thinking on what lines you have to answer the questions, on how you are going to approach for that. So again, we get 189 into 8, because that is the number of bread pieces, 189. Because bread pieces into 8, we are going to get the number of jam pieces. That is the total jam pieces. But one packet of jam contains 6 pieces. So when we divide this total number by 6, we get the packets of jam which are distributed in the hospital. So that's how you are going to approach and how you are going to get to the answer. And so our B is the option which is correct. Now, that was about hospital and jam and bread and school. Now we are going to come to a situation which is a very important concept in our country. See, situation, I have taken different situations so that you get aware of what kind of situations are there, and maths can be used anywhere in those situations. So that is what you have to know. So I don't know how many of you know about underground water sumps in India. They are very popular because underground water is very is going down, and in some places even you don't get the water. So it is very popular in India. And now see, this is the information, children, which is given to you. It may not play any role in the question, but this is very important information which all of you should know. And so that is a case study, and it also increases your knowledge about the things around the country. Now, it is usually used for large water sum storage and can be built cheaply using cement like material. Underground water sump are typically chosen by people who want to save space. Underground, because up, if they are making, then they won't be able to build something on that, or they won't be able to make lawns and all those things. So, underground, see, so many things are given in the question. So you must understand those and you should have a knowledge of it. Why it is done so? The water in the underground sump is not affected by extreme weather conditions. And the underground sump maintains cool temperature in both winter and summer. Such a vast knowledge is given to you. And this part won't affect your mathematical question, but will increase your knowledge. And you should know about them. If you know, very good. If you don't know, you would come to know about them in such a situation. And you would try and find out more situations like this. And now builder wants to build a sump to store water in an apartment. And the volume of the rectangular sump will be modeled by Vx is equal to x cube plus x square minus 4x minus 4. Now, see, the concept of volume is there now. And which shape? A rectangular sump, but it is not rectangular, it has a height, a depth. So that means which shape it will take, you have to think about it. Don't get confused as a rectangle. Rectangle, you can't find volume, it is two-dimensional. So then you have to start thinking, oh, it is a three-dimensional figure. It has a depth, which is considered as height, because depth, when it is underground, we say it is depth. When it is above the ground, we say it is height. Both are same. So this volume concept comes. Now that means the shape is cuboidal. So we have to think on those lines. So that application part comes into. And this is a basic concept we have been using in ninth. We were given a cubical or a quadratic polynomial, and we were asked to find the sides of the figure or dimensions of the figure. But now the situation is given, and we have to find the answer the questions based on it. So the first question, just see, he planned in such a way that its base dimensions are x plus 1 and x plus 2. How much he has to dig? Now the question is not direct. They have not asked you the length of this is this and the breadth is this, and so find the height of the sum. No. Meaning is same, but the way of asking a question, ये समझ में आना है आप सब बच्चों के कि क्वेश्चन को किस तरह से पूछा जा रहा है. Please understand that. So how much he has to dig? That means what do you have to find? You are given length, you are given breadth, you have to find height. And how can that be done? That can be done by factorization of the volume. So you factorize it, get length, breadth, and height concept. And then see, you get length, the three factors as x plus 1 into x plus 2 and into x minus 2. And you can see that already two length and breadth are given, x plus 1 and x plus 2 are the two dimensions which are given. So a third dimension is left, and that third dimension is nothing but the depth of the sump which is there. So that is how you have to think and approach, and then you get the answer to it. So the main purpose of these case study questions is that you need to know what they are. Direct, yes, this is the length, this is given breadth, and then find the height, and if the volume is given, that's not going to solve the purpose. You should know, analyze the situation, understand, and then apply the knowledge which you have got. Let's see another situation. Now it was the volume which we had to find by factorization. Now a value is given. The x value is given to you. If x is 4 meter, what is the volume of the sum? Now you find it in the numerical form. So there are two, again, there may be many ways of solving a question. It is you who has to find out a way which comes to your mind. But the only thing which you have to keep in mind is the approach. So approach should be correct, and then you will get the answer. So here we have found the three factors, volume of the three factors, and we have got the value of x and we have put. You can also directly put the value of x in the beginning and then solve it. So in any way, you will get the answer. So you can put the value of x directly in the polynomial and get the answer, or you have factorized the polynomial, you can put there and get the answer. So you get the volume of the sum when value of x is 4 meters. So then you get the right option as the answer. See how many concepts are coming up. It is a rectangular part with a base. We got a cuboid. The cuboid concept came. Then we were finding its volume, because volume, we are going to fill water in it. So that is volume is required. We got the volume. But for, before filling up the water into the sump, what are we going to do? We are going to construct that particular sum, and then we are going to paint it so that there is no leakage of water outside. So everywhere in engineering and the basic concept of construction, everywhere we are getting mathematics. So each and every step involves the concepts learned in your junior classes. So nothing is going to be out. It is only what you have learned. So you have to keep on recalling back on what you have learned. So knowledge has to be added up. Not we have done ninth, forget about ninth, and then we come to 10th. We did 10th, forget about 10th, and we go to 11th. No, it is a vertical growth of knowledge. So you have to keep on adding up your knowledge and keep on using it. And so now you have again x is equal to 4 meters, and you have to paint the entire portion of the sum. What is the total area to be painted? Now here again, you have to think that sump has to be, will be a closed tank. So even top you have to keep closed. So what area you have to find for painting? It is the total surface area. It is not open from any side. So that's logically also you have to think about the things and then apply the formula which you are going to use. Then find the total surface area which is used, and that would be the area where you are going to paint. It has to be all the four walls and the ceiling and the floor all have to be painted. So if the painting is done, what comes next is the cost. So the questions are related like that. You can form many questions from a situation given. So it is cost. Now, when we are painting, obviously cost is involved. Even in building, the cost is involved. Even in filling up the water, the cost is involved. So I'm not taking all those questions, but you can form those questions. I'm taking a few to just give you a sparkle that yes, we can form such questions, even much more, even many more than that. So that's how. So now cost has come up. So if you have the cost per square meter, the cost is given. So you have to find the total cost of painting. So you know the total area and the cost per meter square. Multiply the two and you get the answer. So you can do it by unitary method you like, you can do it directly. The approach is entirely yours, how you are approaching. But again, my request to you children is always approach has to be correct and on the knowledge based. All right. So that is what, just give me a second so that I can switch on the, sorry. So that is what has to happen. So now again, one more questions, because we were talking about volume. So now we are also going to get the what is the storage capacity of the sum. So storage capacity, now we know the area, we know the dimensions, so we can find the storage capacity of the sum. So we know the sides of the sum are 5 meters, and then we have to also know in cubic because the answer is in liters and dimensions are in meters. Very important point. You have to be careful with the units when we are dealing. See, the even in this polynomial part, the concept of mensuration has come up, the concept of unitary method has come up. So all these topics are interrelated, so you need to be very specific about all these things, please. So then you would convert, you should know the conversions, and then you can find the answer. So all the basic knowledge has to be taken care of and then talked about. So similarly, many more questions you can form. But now we come to the next case study, and we are now going to the park. So we have gone to the construction area, we have gone to the hospital and school, and we have talked about the film, and now we are coming to the park. We should enjoy our life, but when we are enjoying, please children, look around, maths is everywhere. So don't forget that, because everything which is around you is based on the concepts. And if you start thinking that way, case study questions are not at all difficult. So now maybe many of your, some of your parents might be owning a park or amusement park or water park or any other place like this. So we have a case. So Mr. R.K. Agarwal is owner of a famous amusement park in Delhi. Generally, he does not go to the park, and it is managed by team of staff. That is normally every businessman does. They don't visit their sites every time. But sometimes, yes, they go on for a surprise visit. So the ticket charge for the park is 150 rupees for children and 400 for adults. One day, Mr. Agarwal decided to random check the park and went there. And that's what a good businessman should do. When he checked the cash counter, he found that 480 tickets were sold and rupees 1,34,500 were collected. So that's the information he got. But then he would have many questions and he would try and find out. So let's see what the questions are formed is, let the children visiting the park number of children be X and the number of adults be Y, because that is not specified in the situation. Then which of the following is correct system of equations that model the problem? Now in your textbooks, what you have, you are told how to form the linear equations from the two coordinates given. But now that has been related to a situation now. See how interesting it is. I always find case study questions very interesting. And I know that if you start getting the understanding part or start getting interested in such situations, you would also love to do them. So such conditions we'll go back to the question again, and we would know that how many tickets are sold. Tickets are sold for adults and children together. So X is number of children and Y is adults. So X plus Y has to be 480. So one equation is formed. What about the second one? Second is the cost. So that concept of cost would come. So if one ticket is for rupees 150 for a child, 400 for adult, then X is number of students, number of children, and Y is number of adults. So the equation would be 150X plus 400Y is equal to 1,34,500. But that is not any of the equations here. That means what? Get to the simplest form of it. So that's how you have to approach. Don't get panicky. Ma'am, question is wrong. No. Get to it. Try how the solution, the option is not given. That means you have to do something to get the correct answer. And when you write the equation, you get that yes, we have got something common and we can simplify and get the correct option. So that again, I'm stressing on the approach of a question. So that's how you have to go ahead and you will be getting the correct answer. So children, just any situation, whatever is given, just don't get panicky about it कि ये मुझसे नहीं होगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो तुमसे नहीं होगा. See, you people have been working for a whole year and even 9 or 10 years before that. So everything is possible. You have to keep your cool, read the question, and start doing it, and you will get it. Try this trick which I am telling you, children, and I guarantee you that you will get success in achieving the correct answer. So how many children visited? We know number of children we took as x, and we have got the two equations which we got in the second part. And then now we have got the equations and we are going to solve them. Yes, you can solve the simultaneous equation using any of the methods which you have learned, be it substitution method or elimination method, whichever you would like to do. So solve it, you get the value of x and y because there are two variables and two equations to solve. And so x is 230 and y is 250. So number of children visited, you got 230, and number of adults visited is 250. And see, the next question has come up from the same. How many children visited? 230. That is the answer. But how many adults visited? 250. Now the same question has given, the same solution has given us one more question, and we can answer that as well. So that's how you have to, and that is your next answer. How many adults visited? And so you can get the correct answer from the previous solution only. And so similarly, because it was a situation given for x and y, but now we can change the number. Why do we take x and y every time? Because x and y is already calculated and we have calculated the other things. So now the owner, the businessman, obviously eager to increase the strength, increase the number of visitors to their amusement park, because they will earn more, and everybody's aim is to earn more and more. So what they said is, okay, I want next target I am giving you is that at least 300 children should visit my amusement park and 350 adults. And I want this amount. So what amount would I earn? Either way, they can give the amount and ask how many children and how many adults should visit, or any way they can give. So now this time they have given that if 300 children visit and 350 adults visit, what is the amount which I will earn? And so obviously we have the equation. If a child, a child and one adult is going, one child 150 rupees and one adult 400 rupees. So what will be the total amount if 300 children and 350 adults visit? Easily we can calculate and get to the answer. So the questions are interrelated, children. And from one we get to the other, and from the other we get to the next one. And so similarly, the next question is there. One day, total visitors, that is children and adults together, now they've not taken separately. Previously we took separate, and now they've taken together. And the total amount is also given. Then what are the number of children and adults visited? What is the number of children and adults visiting? Now, again, we have got the two equations. Put the value in the equation, solve simultaneously, because now x plus y is 750. And so we get equations, again solve by any of the methods we have done. You know better, you have a command over, and then you would get the number of children and number of adults. And that would give you the answer. So similarly, the many more questions can be made at this amusement park. And now we have taken up so many case studies. Now this was for kids. So let me take for bigger children. The last case study which I'm going to take is about the basketball games, because everybody loves to play games and we should do lots of physical activities as well to keep our body and mind healthy. So now let's take a situation. Everybody might have played basketball, or at least not played, might have seen it. So a situation is based on that. So in 1961-62 NBA basketball season, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors made 30 baskets. The total number of baskets. And a basketball match, when you put the ball in a basket, it is called basket, and the points are related to that. So some of the baskets were free throws, that is worth 1 point. If you do a free throw, you get 1 point, and if you do the field basket, you get 2 points each. And the number of baskets were 10 more than number of free throws. So the relation between the two is also given. So then again, concept of a linear equation comes into it. So let's see the questions. How many field goals did he make? So just remember that. How many baskets? 30 baskets. And then the relation is given. So let's take the question, and two things are compared. One is free throw, we'll take it as x, and the fixed basket, that is y, and then x plus y is 30, and another relation is y is equal to x plus 10. Again, solve the for values of x and y, and you get the value of x as 10 and y as 20. So the question, again we'll go back to the question and see what is the answer. How many field goals did he make? So y is for field goals and x is for free throws. We get that question answer to the question asked. So what would be the next question? I know I'm going fast as the time is getting short, so please bear with me. So now next question. First we asked about the baskets, field baskets, and now we are getting about the free throws. How many free throws did he make? So we have already got the answer in the previous solution. So x is 10, which was our free throws, and we've got it. And so we can answer that. So that's how you get the correct options. And even from one solution, we can make many other questions as well, and the answers to the other questions. Now, because we have talked about only throws, field throw baskets, and the free throws, and now we go to the point part, because discussion of points is also done there. So what was the total number of points scored? Now we are going to point, and we have to make a note of the points, that free throw 1 point and field basket 2 points. So we have got free throws as 10 and field basket as 20, and in total both will give us the total points scored. So that would be x plus 2y, because x free throw is giving 1 mark and field basket are giving 2 marks. So when we put the values, we get the total points which are scored is 50, and so we get the answer. So children, see how the questions are made from the question given or the situation given. And now again the concept, different concept of mathematics is used. Just see, if Wilt Chamberlain played 5 games during the season, what was the average number of points per game? Now total points are 50, keep that in mind. And so 5 games played. So average number, how would you find out? So that is total points upon number of games played, and you get the average point. And you know about, if related to cricket, I think everybody loves watching cricket. And then you would know how the players are given the ranking based on their number of runs and number of wickets taken. So even on that, so many questions can be made. So you have to keep on relating the situation and getting the answer. So if 5 games are played, then what is the average? If 10 games are played, then what will be the average? See, this question I added on because here you would say there can be so many numbers can change. Numbers can vary, but method would remain same. So you can form as many questions as you want. And again, because total points divided by the games played, the average point would be 5. And you get the solution to it. So this is all about the case studies, I could take only a few situations, children, and there can be, now you know, there can be infinite number of situations. So I hope you are able to get a clear picture of what case study questions are and how the questions based on the case study asked and how to approach for a question. It is not only for case study questions, children. I've discussed about how to approach, how to go ahead with the previous knowledge and do add it on to the knowledge which you have gained in class 10 and get to the best of the solutions and get the correct answer. So that is, and I'm thankful again to one question solution. I'm thankful to Asad Ahmad sir again. So my gratitude goes to him. And I would here like to acknowledge Mr. Pushpender Rana, one of my colleagues, who gave me this opportunity to go into this and motivated me. Thank you so much, Pushpender sir. And also, again, I would like to thank my principal, Dr. M. Kasturi, and my colleagues who are always there to motivate me and give my best to the student fraternity. Thank you so much. I hope I've been able to satisfy you people and give what you expected from me. Thank you so much. Over to Asad sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Savitri ma'am. You have explained everything very clearly, and students are very happy. I have two questions. Unnati Dhanuka has asked about two questions. That Ashish, one and hospital option. There was some question regarding jam, the both part
Okay.
jams and the bread of the hospital. Some doubts she has in that question.
Yes, sir.
Unnati, can you write again your question in the live chat box? And जब तक उन्नति अपना क्वेश्चन लिखती हैं, आई वुड लाइक टू thanks Madam Savitri on behalf of all the viewers, all the teachers, all the students who have joined today's session, and on behalf of One Mark Solution for being with us, for accepting our invitation to connect with us. And definitely आज का जो सेशन रहा है, मैं देख रहा था लाइव चैट बॉक्स में, स्टूडेंट्स आर वेरी हैप्पी. दे एक्चुअली कोई भी जब नई चीज़ आती है तो उसके बारे में बच्चों को जानकारी होनी चाहिए, और वो जानकारी आपने पूरी तरीके से कैसे क्वेश्चन दिए जा सकते हैं. डेफिनेटली जैसा आपने कहा कि नंबर्स में चेंज बट मैथड्स विल बी सेम, तो डेफिनेटली मैं बच्चों से भी कहना चाहता हूँ कि नंबर वही रहेंगे, मेथड्स आपके चेंज हो सकते हैं. सॉरी, मेथड वही रहेंगे, आपके नंबर्स चेंज हो सकते हैं. तो आप मेथड को याद रखिए, मेथड को आप समझिए कि मेथड कैसा है, किस तरीके से आपने सॉल्व करना है. और डेफिनेटली ओके, उन्नति ने लिखा है कि ये क्लियर हो गया है. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच उन्नति. एंड वेरी सून वी आर गोइंग टू कंडक्ट अगेन द चैप्टर, अपकमिंग चैप्टर्स, जो आपका चैप्टर 4, 5, 6, 7 और जो भी चैप्टर्स हैं उनके भी केस स्टडी इसी तरीके से हम लेकर के आएंगे. हम पहले रियल नंबर, पॉलिनोमियल्स और लीनियर इक्वेशन के सेशंस, लाइव सेशंस 1 मार्क के क्वेश्चंस के, जिसमें कि जो डिफरेंट टाइप के 1 मार्क के क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, लाइक मैच द कॉलम है या ट्रू फॉल्स है, फिलअप्स है, मल्टीपल चॉइस है, उनके 3 सेशंस हम ऑलरेडी कंडक्ट कर चुके हैं. यू कैन गेट दोज वीडियो फ्रॉम द प्ले लिस्ट ऑफ दिस चैनल. सो आप ज़रूर चैनल को विजिट करें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और अपने साथियों से भी शेयर करें, अपने क्लासमेट से शेयर करें, बैचमेट से शेयर करें, कोचिंग्स में जो आपके दोस्तों से शेयर करें. इस पर हम क्लास 6 से क्लास 12 तक सभी सब्जेक्ट के वेबिनार्स कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं. तो डेफिनेटली आप बाकी जो आपके सीनियर्स हैं उनसे भी आप इसके बारे में शेयर कर सकते हैं. एंड अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू थैंक मैडम सावित्री दल फॉर कनेक्टिंग अस. और मैडम के साथ में जो मैडम का स्कूल है, प्रिंसिपल मैडम, और हमारे जो दोस्त हैं मिस्टर राना, मैं उनका भी धन्यवाद अदा करता हूँ कि उन्होंने आपसे हमको कनेक्ट कराया और आप यहाँ पर हमारे साथ जुड़े. और डेफिनेटली हम मिल करके बच्चों के लिए कुछ काम करेंगे, बच्चों को हम बेनिफिट पहुंचाएंगे इस प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से. सो स्टूडेंट्स, स्टे ट्यून्ड विद अस. मैंने फीडबैक फॉर्म लाइव चैट बॉक्स में पोस्ट कर दिया है, आप उस पर क्लिक करके उस फॉर्म को फिल कर सकते हैं. ईमेल आईडी बिल्कुल करेक्ट रखिएगा, बिकॉज सर्टिफिकेट्स यू विल गेट इन योर ईमेल. अगर ईमेल गलत होता है तो सर्टिफिकेट्स आपको नहीं मिलेंगे. सो बी केयरफुल व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग योर ईमेल, बी कॉन्शियस. आप कैप्स में नहीं लिखेंगे, आप सारे लेटर्स स्मॉल्स में लिखेंगे, ध्यान रखेंगे कहाँ डॉट लगाना है, कहाँ अंडरस्कोर लगाना है, क्योंकि वो सर्टिफिकेट एक बार मिस हो जाता है तो फिर मुझे पता नहीं होता कि किस बच्चे का सर्टिफिकेट है, मैं कहाँ भेजूँ। तो आप ज़रूर फीडबैक फॉर्म को भर दीजिए। मैं एक बार फिर से फीडबैक फॉर्म को यहाँ पर आपके साथ शेयर कर रहा हूँ। एंड थैंक यू वंस अगेन वन एंड ऑल ज्वाइन टुडे। और ये वीडियो आपकी यूट्यूब पर भी अवेलेबल रहेगी, फर्दर भी आप इसको एक्सेस कर सकते हैं विद द सेम लिंक विच ऑलरेडी हैव शेयर्ड विद ऑल ऑफ यू। तो आप इसको यूट्यूब से भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं, ये वीडियो वहाँ पर आपको हमेशा मिलेगी। थैंक यू सो मच, और बहुत जल्द हम वापस से आपके पास आएंगे मैडम सावित्री के साथ फिर से एक नए चैप्टर्स के केस स्टडी के क्वेश्चंस लेकर के। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू वन एंड ऑल।
Thank you everyone.
Definitely Jayashree Pingole, we will be here very soon with the new chapters and new case studies. Thank you so much.